Sabaho everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk to you about the things that I liked and the things that I didn't like about the Moto Z and the Z Force and the modularity of the system. This is TK, let's go ahead and check it out. This is the Moto Z and the Moto Z Force, and one of the reasons why I like both of these devices is the fact that aesthetically, from the front at least, they look pretty much the same. They both have the 5.4 or 5 megapixel front-facing camera with dual LED, which means we have an LED flash on the front and an LED flash, dual LED flash in the back. Now the back end, we do have a little bit of a difference, but as far as processors, we're both running the Snapdragon 820, and that's really nice considering the fact that this is the flagship of this year. But when you do go back to the on the back side, you'll notice, again, aesthetically, they pretty much look the same. We do have a 12.1 or almost 13 megapixel camera sensor on the back here on the Z, while we go to almost 22 megapixels on the Z Force. The connectors pretty much work the same way. We have the microphone, dual LED flash, the camera bump. When we turn them to the side, and this is something that you'll notice that it's very different, the Z is considerably much thinner than the Z Force, and that's due to the size of the battery and the internals on the device. One thing you want to keep in mind is that the Z and the Z Force are both intended to be kind of the droids of the Verizon line. They are exclusive currently, and they work very well on that network. Very nice design on their own. Now, the camera hump does go away when you use one of their modules, which is another thing that I really like about the system, is the ability to be able to snap on a module and then move on. You notice the camera hump goes away here, and it's easily replaced. I can take it off from one device, slap it on the other one, and then we're back again, as if we just never have to even worry about it. No worries about unhooking, unclipping, and doing anything, turning off devices. That's one thing that's different about the modularity system here. It's something that is designed to work really well. Now, both devices do have 4 gigs of RAM supporting the Snapdragon 820. What we change here is that we have 2600 milliamps on the Z, and then we have 3500 milliamp on the Z Force. So again, that's really the cause of the thickness here, the additional battery space. They both have the same USB Type-C connector. There is no audio connector on either one of them, so that's something you want to be aware of. You are provided a USB Type-C to a headphone jack to be able to basically use it. Storage, we have 32 gigs on both of them. We have the ability of doing an expansion using a micro SD card on both devices, up to 256 gigabytes. So really nice. We can expand them. Very nice. They perform very well. And I think really the Moto Z kind of strikes that balance between design, functionality, and just pure thinness of a device. I mean, this is ridiculous. The setup on both of them is pretty much the same exactly. We have the buttons, volume rocker up and down, a very strong power button on the right side. No buttons on the left. As far as the front, we have the same thing. Again, 5 megapixel front-facing camera with an LED flash, 2 microphones, and then we do have the, let's go on the lock. And then we do have the always-on display, and that's basically a Motorola trademark. We have, again, the same launcher, very much close to stock with the Verizon suite of applications. Again, that's something that's more of a preference. If you're using it on Verizon, obviously this is going to be very nice. I like the command center here, which is very good. Gives us the weather and the battery percentage. If you're not using it on Verizon, the unlocked version is going to be coming out pretty soon, which will pretty much be the exact same hardware. Only difference is it's unlocked and off, and it'll support other radios. Where this one currently only supports the LTE bands that are currently on Verizon, and it works very fast. I did some speed tests yesterday, and I was blown away. The fastest I was able to get, and let me see if I can get that in frame. Here, I was able to get up to 86 megabytes down and 26, almost 27 megabytes up. That's ridiculous. And it was getting faster and faster and faster. I was still getting ridiculous speeds all over the place. But the fact is, it is ridiculously fast. And it works on a really good, and it catches on all the bands. One of the other things that I did enjoy about the Z and the Z Force is the fact that we have really good, respectable cameras. The 13 megapixel performs quite well, even good in low light, as well as the 22 megapixel camera. You can definitely enjoy playing back, taking videos, 4K pictures. I've done many different things. I've taken it with me. I've even went out to San Francisco. I've taken low light pictures. This is at the Honor event. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I did on that. And I was taking pictures of the projection on the wall using the phone. It's very nice. It looks very good. And it performs quite well, which is very nice considering the fact that it is this thing. So again, one of the things I love is the camera on this device, and it does perform quite well. No issues performance on both ends. What I really like also about them now is the functionality of modularity. And these are the 2 modules that I have, with the exception, of course, with the back plate. These modules use the pins on the bottom of the device. They're interchangeable between the 2. Now they are magnetic. You'll notice there's a little bit of magnetism here. So what I can do essentially is I can take the Z, this is the InstaShare projector, snap it on, It makes a little bit of an audible notification. It tells me motor mod and it tells me the battery on it. And I'm able to basically see here in the notification also this motor mod battery is 98%. I can expand it, put it up. I'll go back here. I can turn it on. I'll give it a second. And then it's a pico projector, but the good thing about it is it does actually adjust for the aspects of the projection. So if I tilt down, it corrects it, and I'm able to still interact with the device. Very nice. And again, turning it off is pressing and holding the power button, and we're back. Again, that's a beauty. You can use the device, you can keep it on, use it as a case for the back, or you can take it off very simply and switch it over with the really nice JBL speakers. This just makes the device sound so much better. We already have front-facing speakers on both devices, which is very nice, so it gives you the really good experience of listening to the audio directly. But once we add that with the JBL speaker, you're basically just taking things to the next level. Just to start off, we're going to take a look at the Yi 4K action camera. It's a camera that's promising to give us Now, again, this is very, very fast, and just, you saw, I didn't have to do anything other than just connect it. I can bring it down with the leg, and I can enjoy the content as much as I like. When it comes to the things that I'm not so happy about with the Z or the Z Force, we are talking about the fingerprint sensor on the front. It's designed in an odd shape, which makes it, you think it's a home button and it's not. And that's mostly because other designs have used similar things where the button on the bottom is your fingerprint sensor and your home button. And in this situation, the only thing you can do with it is you can lock the device, unlock the device, and that's it. You cannot swipe with it, there's no gestures, nothing. Your buttons are on the bottom here, the back, the home, and the multitask, and it's pretty much the same here on the Z Force. You can't really do much about it as far as customizing them, so I really would have liked more functionality out of that home button, and just something that makes it more functional. The next thing is more of a gripe, but it's also more me not adjusting to the future yet, and that's the lack of a 3.5mm headphone jack. That's something that is not in here. And 90% of the time, I don't remember to take the adapter that we got in the box, which gives us the ability to listen audio over USB Type-C. The adapter doesn't work with any other devices that I carry, so it's not like I can just leave it on my headset and just keep it with me. It only works with this device, and right now, that's the only device that I have that doesn't have a headphone jack. So it forced me to use Bluetooth, it forced me to be experiencing music using Bluetooth technology, which I feel like always degrades certain types of quality on the audio on it, specifically with playback. So if you're using a nice pair of headphones, you always need to remember to bring those things. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a couple of things here that I wish would have been fixed. But other than that, these are pretty solid devices. At the end of the day, the Z and the Z Force are both very solid devices that perform quite well on their own. The addition of modularity gives you the functional to basically make it your own, customized. It works great on the Verizon network. It has tremendous speed as far as the network connectivity. They just recently upgraded their network in the LA area, which gives us even faster connection. Now I know 86 megabytes down is as far as I was able to get, or megabits down, as far as I was able to get, but I know I can hit higher. I've seen actually some posts online hitting up to 200, so I'd like to be able to keep testing it with the Z Force. My days with the Z are unfortunately at the end. I need to return this back to Verizon. I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to review it. The modularity of the system works very well. I like the fact that you can actually just buy the modules that you want, use them, and if you don't need them, just keep them in the backpack and you can just keep the plate on the back. If you don't, you can even use D-brand skin, keep it extremely thin with the Z. Small side note, I've seen some places where they've talked about the fact that the Z does support other carriers, even the Motorola version. You may want to check that out and see how that works. You may be surprised in that area. Other than that, again, I want to say thank you very much for allowing me to review these devices. Let me know what you guys have seen. The unlocked version of these devices will be coming up pretty soon. You'll be able to use them on other carriers, but currently they are Verizon exclusives. They perform well. They're very solid phones. 820 processor, 4 gigs of RAM, massive. You have definitely a massive bump in the camera here, 22 megapixels on this as opposed to the 13 megapixel, even though the 13 megapixel performs quite well. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like and subscribe as usual. Thank you very much for the support. I will see you guys next time.